Hi folks, this is Giga. Today I have another video on Sword and Staff, and today we're gonna take a look at how something that's seemingly unrelated to, your survival or your damage could actually help you if you look deeply into how the game works and how your skill setup works. This is my character. I've been playing for about 3 weeks now. Just able to tap into the seasonal power of level 103. So today we're going to take a look at the final level of the Fantasia accent, and which is 7 million power, and let's see how we do. And the skills we're going with, Guardian Ring, which gives shield, Desperate Protection, which gives shield, and then we have 2 single target skills because the last level has a pretty strong boss. So we got Heavy Impact and Start Shattering Slash, and on the right side we just have some rebound and some protective protection skills. Okay, so let's start the battle. So this boss is quite strong, and it's 3 million higher than my power, so we're not quite able to beat it yet. But I do want to use this boss to kind of showcase something interesting that I discovered today. Alright, so we were defeated, and as we can see, this boss hits very hard, and survival is a problem, and we were not able to survive 25 rounds. Okay, so now, what if I tell you that I will be able to survive 25 rounds by simply switching out Heavy Impact to another attack technique? Okay, not a buff, not like a luminous shield, like a defensive technique, and attack technique. Alright, so let's take a look. What if we switch from Heavy Impact to Holy Purification? And that's the only thing I'm going to change. Let's go into the fight and let's watch this again. Okay, and you may have started to notice that I just seem like a lot tankier than the last run. But the truth is, I did not actually become tankier. The boss is hitting me less now. Like, I'm receiving fewer hits from the boss. So you may be wondering, why is that? It's because boss's movement. So if we look at the way boss hits, when it needs to move, it's actually hitting me a lot fewer times. So by using the skill that has hits like 5 things in a row, my character is moving around. So in a way, it's kiting the boss. And when the boss is kited, because the boss then has to spend its action point or movement point on moving itself, it is not able to spend all of those on actually hitting me. See right there, the boss was required to move to me, and then it could only hit me once. If I was sitting right next to the boss would be able to hit me a lot more. So interestingly, with this skill, what's interesting about this skill is the shape of the skill. Because the shape of the skill is a one straight line, and it's like 4 to 5 range. See, as we can see, we survived all 25 rounds. Even though we did not have the damage to finish the boss, but we survived all 25 rounds. So in this case, the shape of the skill is what's important. Because it has 5 blocks in a straight line. So even when it's only the boss that is left, my character will still naturally move out of the way and then hit the boss. And when there are a bunch of enemies around, my character will also move out of the way and try to hit as many of them as possible in a straight line. Because I'm moving, I'm in a way kiting the boss has to move, so the boss couldn't hit me as hard. Compared to, you know, when I was using Heavy Impact, which is a one range move, so I'm sitting right next to the boss once my turn is over. So the boss did not need to move, so it could spend all of its movement or action point on hitting me, and so its attacks were more rapid, and there were more of those like big consecutive attacks, like boom, 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 right? Yeah. So I mean, that was an interesting and fun discovery, and I think that shows the kind of the deep tactical side of the game, which I really I'm really enjoying. By understanding what you're dealing with, the boss or another player, and you know, you have the right setup. Sometimes it's just a very minor change, and you're able to get a completely different outcome. And I think that's great. And that's why also, you know, I wouldn't recommend people just blindly follow a guide. A lot of people tend to just kind of, hey, let's look up a guide. Hey, tier 3 knight, you know, tier 4 duelist, right? Let's just look at what people say online, and we're just gonna copy paste the guide. I think it's good to look at those videos and look at the guides, just so you have a reference and you have an understanding of, you know, what are the skills that people commonly use and commonly recommend. But then you have to study them and you have to test them, and the game gives you those tools within the game. Like you can go here, go to skill, and then you can go to dummy, right? So you can test all of these. The game gives you those tools, and you need to really understand why a skill is there rather than just copy pasting the build, right? And then you need to make adjustment based on your own stats, and based on, you know, which player you're dealing with or which monster you're dealing with. And sometimes, you know, making some small unexpected changes could give you a completely different outcome. Cool, so that's what I wanted to show today, and just share this tip and this interesting observation with all of you. This is a short video, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. This is Giga signing out.